we have some kids who was killed by grown men, and they say that the grown men were playing gangster, right? That's what they say. They say, and they also blaming a real famous rapper for these kids being killed. Here we go.
Police now blame the deaths of 2 Atlanta teens last summer on a violent street gang in our community. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Just hours ago, APD announced they now have charged 7 people with the murders. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert is live at Atlanta Police Headquarters to tell us what we're finding out. Tyler?
Yeah, Courtney, good evening to you. Investigators say 2 13-year-olds were innocent victims caught in a gang retaliation shooting while celebrating a birthday.
The overall theme in this case is grown men playing gangster.
Atlanta police say these are the innocent faces of gang violence in Atlanta. 2 of them, 13-year-old boys Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman, were killed. And 11-year-old Dontavius Davis was wounded last July in a shooting on Spark Street. APD says Freeman was killed on his 13th birthday.
Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life.
During an afternoon news conference, investigators blamed the deadly shooting on a local rapper. They said the attack was in retaliation for the rapper entering a rival gang's territory to film a music video.
In the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions, and you know who you are.
Authorities say a
We calling out a rapper.
high-ranking member of the Goodfellas gang who was incarcerated orchestrated the attack using a smuggled cell phone.
Why is it always dog you folks is using some like Italian words for mobs and gangsters and stuff like that right now? The Goodfellas, because they hadn't saw the movie. Yeah, no, it's just crazy. Why we can't come up with like our own gangster type names or something? Why we got to use like the Italians and the Sicilians names? I would never understand that right there.
Following those instructions, the suspects opened fire at an apartment complex where the 3 young teens were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Police say they weren't the targets.
These kids were innocent victims.
The innocent victims say, why was a 13-year-old out at 12, 13? Out at 12, 13? You say 11 and 13-year-olds say no chaperones at the party. You say Willie the rapper is Lil Baby. That's what they say.
So when we talk about the gang involvement, these 2 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement.
Those arrested were identified as Keontae Sanders, Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, DeKeithion Mobley, Marcus Crawford, Traydon Crawford, and Ali Caldwell.
They said his name was DeKeithion. Who did that?
Have a gang involvement.
Those arrested were identified as Keontae Sanders.
Shout out a player out for having tattoo on his neck. I ain't saying people tattoos on their necks bad people. I just like to point out. And I think that's a tattoo over his eyebrow.
Sanders, Richard Hollis.
He got a tattoo on his neck too.
Reginald Thomas, DeKeithion Mobley.
DeKeithion. You need to shape up or something, pimp.
Marcus Crawford, Traydon Crawford, and Ali Caldwell.
Ali Caldwell, you got tattoos on your neck too. So everybody, shout out everybody who got tattoos on their neck.
The final 2 were arrested Tuesday. Police had some tough talk for those responsible.
Goodfellas criminal street gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta.
The Goodfellas street gang. I don't know why we can't take out the gangs. I think that we just try to do shit too much by the book when it comes down to law enforcement. And it's good that they do things by the book because we don't want people to be above the law. But if they is terrorizing neighborhoods, maybe we need to stop doing things by the book.
And we will pursue you relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence.
And the investigation continues. There is a $50,000 reward for information about this case. We're live in downtown Atlanta.
Ooh, 50 grand? Oh, somebody gonna say something. We can't, hell no, hold on. Oh, wait, did I press it? I think I just pressed the thing. It's about to go. What it's gonna do? There it is.
Arrest warrant connects Atlanta rapper Lil Baby to the murders of two 13-year-olds in the Oakland City neighborhood last summer.
That's a good one. You say, Willie, they got a RICO coming. Oh, I can believe that right there.
Atlanta police announced 7 arrests today in connection with the teen's deaths, along with the shooting of a 12-year-old. Atlanta News First Madeline Montgomery is live tonight outside Atlanta Police Headquarters. So, Madeline, police believe this stemmed from an incident during a rap music video.
That's right, and they wouldn't name the rapper in the news conference today, but they did name him in this arrest warrant, Dominique Jones, who goes by Lil Baby, and they say they are working around the clock until they can arrest him too.
He got to experience about 30 minutes of being a teenager before his life was taken.
Since July of last year, Atlanta police and the FBI have been seeking justice in the deaths of 13-year-olds Lamont Freeman and Jacody Davis.
Now celebrating a birthday party when gang violence and gun violence found its way to Spark Street.
Davis's 12-year-old brother was shot and injured as well. 8 months later, 7 arrests have been made.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that they got shot after 12 o'clock at night. I think that they're going to say it, though.
Mr. Sanders, Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas.
But there's one person police still want to hold accountable.
Cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
Although they didn't name him at today's news conference.
They could kind of use that. I think that they can get him on inciting, well, not a riot, inciting a shooting. Inciting violence because he went to a rival's neighborhood where you knew some shit was going to pop off.
Knew he should not have been.
Although they didn't name
You knew you can't go around there.
him at today's news conference, arrest warrants disclosed Dominique Jones, aka Lil Baby, is the rapper Atlanta police still have their eye on.
You say you blame the daddy.
And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible.
Police say there's still a $50,000 reward for the person that gives tips that lead to more arrests in this case. Reporting live in Atlanta, I'm Madeline Montgomery.
Boy, if y'all know something, say something. Boy, that's a whole 50. It's the summer coming up, too. It's the summer coming up, and y'all around here ain't no snitch. Ain't no snitch. $50,000. Y'all slinging all that dope and don't even hit 20. You don't want to take that little 50 and go on like vacay or something like that? Don't you want to do something for your mama? Don't y'all, hell, because when dog and you folk get some paper, you know I got to buy my mama a house. You know, at least you could buy your mama like a new car or something like that right there. You know. 50 bands, y'all can re-up for real. With 50,000 up. This cause bricks going for how much? How much is brick going for right now? 24 or something like that right now? 20, it may be going for 26, depends on the state that you in. I don't even much know, but I'm just saying you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps with 50 grand. Just trying to help. Damn it. How many of y'all think that they gonna get Lil Baby? I think that they gonna get Lil Baby. For real. Move right along. I ain't gonna even hold you.